FPV drones have been around for a few years now. But if you're not a hobbyist, you're not good at soldering,
everything is broken and everything needs to be fixed,
and if you're indecisive, you're going to be paralyzed by the millions of choices because there's just so many FPV parts to choose from. Why are there so many different types of drone batteries? And that's why DJI has finally made an FPV for fools like us. We can all fly this FPV relatively easily. That is, until you flick on manual mode. Fortunately or unfortunately for me, I had purchased DJI Care Refresh for the DJI FPV, which entitles me for 2 replacement drones. And this is my experience when sending the damaged drone into the DJI Service Centre for repairs. I have had a few unlucky crashes with my DJI drones. All totally not my fault, of course. Exhibit 1. DJI Mavic Air. Crashed this into a side of a building after losing Wi-Fi signal. At that time, I didn't have DJI Care Refresh, and to repair it cost me $270. Exhibit 2. DJI Mavic Mini. Crashed this into a pool, and it may or may not have been my fault. Probably is. And this time I did have DJI Care Refresh, and to replace it only cost me $60. DJI sent me a brand new replacement drone and a brand new remote controller. So based on these 2 very traumatic experiences, I kinda think that having a DJI Care Refresh is kinda worth it for your DJI drones, especially if you're clumsy like me. But after sending my DJI FPV into repairs, and after getting a quote back, I'm not so sure anymore. Let me explain. To replace your DJI FPV outright will cost you $1,199. To replace it using the DJI Care Refresh program will cost you $419. Of course, you will have to be enrolled into the DJI Refresh program, which will cost $319, which actually means the replacement will cost $738. After the DJI Service Centre had assessed the damage on my drone, they gave me 2 options. First is to repair it for $284, or to have it replaced using my DJI Care Refresh program for $419. Guess which one I chose? I chose the repair option, and DJI sent me a brand new drone anyways. From my previous experience repairing the Mavic Air, DJI also sent me back a brand new Mavic Air instead of having it repaired. Look, I'm really grateful that DJI does this instead of sending me back a banged up drone that has just been repaired. But the point here is that if it's just cheaper for me to just send it in for repairs than to have it replaced using the DJI Care Refresh program, what is the point of having a DJI Care Refresh program anyways? It would have just cost me $284 to get this brand new replacement drone. And if I were really good with electronics and I had a lot of time to burn, I could have gone to Alibaba to look up some parts and learn how to repair it myself for a lot less. So at the moment, I still have roughly 9 months left on the DJI Care Refresh program. And that's a lot of time for a lot of things to go wrong, especially when I love flying this drone a lot. Doing a corkscrew dive mid-air is probably the closest I will get to doing skydiving. And if I do accidentally smash it into smithereens or crash it into the ocean, maybe perhaps then the repair bill would cost more than the replacement fee. And maybe perhaps then the DJI Care Refresh becomes worthwhile. Anyways, let us know what you think of the DJI Care Refresh program. Do you have it? What's your experience like? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave us a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing for more content like these. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!